When you launch any kind of information-based business online, whether that's an online course, a coaching, a service, or some other way where you're helping people with your expertise, typically you have two goals, and you want to make sure that those two goals are running in tandem together. One is having a massive impact, and another is making sure that you're making some great income. And sometimes the lines can get a bit blurry. For some people, income becomes the focus, and it's all about scaling, all about charging more and not actually delivering to your clients as well as you could, and you're suffering on the impact side. But here's the kicker. Some people unknowingly lean too far onto the impact side, and they're missing out on a huge opportunity to have a great impact but make the money that they're actually deserving of. So what ends up happening is the people that are falling on this side, they think the way to have a massive impact is to not charge a huge amount of money. Let's make our services as free and as accessible as we possibly can, because that way we can truly serve as many people as possible, not realizing that that actually leads to a dead end. It is very, very hard to scale a business when you're only focusing on low ticket products. Your costs are going to be too high, you're not going to make advertising work, your sales funnel's not going to convert and be profitable enough for you to scale. So here you are stuck with a business that can't scale, and as a result is reaching very few people, so you're not actually having an impact anyway. I have figured out, and so have my clients, after generating over $100 million in reported revenue, we've figured out that charging a higher ticket price point and attracting a smaller pool of people, but people that actually want what you have, are willing to pay for it, and therefore implement your information, you actually end up having a greater impact as a result. So if you stick with me in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons why I believe if you would just increase your prices, you will have a better, more fulfilling, more profitable business that actually satisfies those two things, impact and income. But first, let me tell you a quick story, because this was in fact my story. When I first got started online, I wanted to build a business, I wanted to help people, and I wanted to make some good money. And I was very, very nervous at the idea of charging too much. Am I really worth that much? Have I got something of value? Will people think that I'm a fraud? And I was having all this imposter syndrome. And so the default for people in my position who are nervous launching an online business, we go cheap. We go cheap thinking that that is the best entry point into the market. And once we start to generate some customers and then we get some success stories, then of course we can put our price up, not realizing that we just stay stuck there. And that was my story. I took the safe route, the comfortable route, and I didn't step out of my comfort zone and launch something expensive. I went really, really cheap. And in so doing, I'm getting buried in an ocean of other people that are doing the exact same thing and are just as stuck as me. And I was charging $500 for an online course. And some of you listening to this might even think that that's expensive. Maybe you're down at $20, $100. Maybe you're charging by the hour and you're charging $30 an hour because, again, you're nervous to raise your prices. Well, for me, I was in an industry where everyone else was selling their programs for $1,000, $2,000. Some people were selling it at $5,000, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And so I put a $500 price tag on there, not realizing that it's no man's land. It's a price point that makes almost 0 sense in any business scenario, but that will be a different video. I remember being at a friend's house once. We were around his fire pit, a few of us hanging out talking business, and here I am feeling true imposter syndrome because everyone else around this fire was successful but me, and I'm trying to save face and pretend that I understand what they're talking about. And one of them was saying how they had this $5,000 program and it was selling like hotcakes, and John, maybe you should be doing something similar. And I remember this sinking feeling that that is absolutely so far from what I intend to do, and I have zero confidence that someone would actually pay me $5,000. And skip ahead, we're talking 6 years now, and I've got a coaching practice that helps coaches, experts, course creators to package up their knowledge, sell it online. We teach them all the marketing stuff, and we teach them sales, and we help scale their business to 6 and 7 figures. And I charge anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000. And we've been able to do $25 million in online sales, just me, and $100 million in reported revenue for our clients. We've had a wildly successful time so far. And this is one of the reasons why. It's because we put our prices up. It changes absolutely everything. And so let me share with you the 5 reasons why. Number 1, it positions you so much better in the marketplace. People who are truly serious about solving a problem that they have, and they have a need and it must be met, they are typically going to look for a more premium priced solution. we don't really take things seriously if they're cheap or pretty inexpensive. And so if you want to try to attract that type of crowd, then go ahead. They're just as hard to get them to bite and actually purchase your product. But it's actually just as easy to find a $5,000 client as it is a $500 client. You just need different messaging. And by positioning yourself with a high ticket premium offer, you suddenly, instantly elevate yourself above everybody else. Even if you have no testimonials, very little track record, and it's just you and your story, just by putting that price tag on there, it shows your confidence. And in that confidence exudes to the client avatar, the potential prospect that you're speaking to, and you become very desirable. Because even the fact that you have the confidence to put your price at that, you must know something. You must feel that you can provide that level of value. And the reality is you don't even need to give more than you would have done in a $500 service or product. It's purely at that point perceived value. And to that you might say, well, John, isn't it unfair to be charging $5,000 for something that you could be charging $500 for? Well, let me put a question back to you. Would it make sense to do so if that was the accountability needed for the prospect to actually value your service and therefore implement it and get a great result? Because I don't know about you, I'd rather have one person that pays me $5,000 and actually gets the result than 10 people that pay me $500, but they don't even open up the course, they don't go through any of the material, and they get no result. I would argue you've had a greater impact by charging one person $5,000 in that scenario. And that actually leads me on to my second point. You increase your client success rate. When someone doesn't value what it is that they're buying, they're far less likely to actually go through it and implement it. If they go through it and implement it, as long as you've got a good service, then they're most likely going to get the result. And so it's like the cheat codes to making sure that your clients win. As long as you do what you're supposed to do on your side and provide a great service, now you're actually holding the client accountable by charging a premium price. I call it the pinch. They're feeling the pinch of the investment. It's not just an impulsive decision anymore. They actually feel the weight of that investment, but that's what's needed for them to implement. The third thing, and I can only speak to my experience, and this has been my experience, you work with better people, nicer people, easier to get along well with. When we charge a low ticket price tag, we do tend to, we find a slightly lower quality of buyer, lower quality of customer. That is what the data has shown, at least in my business. When we sell something for $500, we have people that are quite demanding, can sometimes get a bit nasty, can lean on not taking their own responsibility, but put all the responsibility on you, that you're the one to get them the result. And as soon as you put a premium price tag on your service, it's like the ultimate gatekeeper. And the people that would be troublemakers or disruptive inside of your program, they can't stretch up to that, so they don't join. And so you tend to attract at that point the very serious people that have had this problem for quite some time. They've probably tried the cheaper stuff and it hasn't worked, and now they're ready to really take a stab at something that is a serious investment. And these people are often a delight to work with. They respect you as the coach, as the trainer, as the expert. They listen to you. They're respectful in the way that they operate inside your program, and they're just really nice to hang out with. Many of the clients that we have in our coaching business, if they're in the area, we invite them into the office, come have a coffee with us. And I now have some really great friends that started as clients. And the fourth reason is it helps to balance what I call the offer triangle. If you haven't heard of this before, I've been teaching this to my clients for a number of years now. For you to have a business that you are really happy with, very proud of, and is achieving for you what you were hoping it would achieve, then you need to satisfy these three things, these three corners of the triangle. At the very top, it's client results. And on the side, it's lifestyle. And on the other side, it's scalability. And we need these three things. We need to make sure our clients are winning. If our clients are not winning, then we have an income business, not an impact business, and it's not even well balanced in that area. We must make sure that our clients are getting a great result, loving our service, and would recommend it to somebody else. But we've got to also have lifestyle. We can't overextend on client results so much so that our lifestyle suffers, that we're up at 2 a.m. because a client's calling us, and we can't get off our phone on holiday because we're glued to this thing. We've got to have the balance of lifestyle, and you've also got to have the balance of scalability. You've got to make sure that you have a model that is actually scalable, but again, you don't want to overextend on scalability and have your lifestyle suffer and also client results suffer. So if any one of those is out of kilter, the business starts to topple. We want all three of them in balance. And by charging high ticket, I believe that's one of the easiest ways to achieve it. If you're charging a high ticket price tag, then as I've already mentioned to you, you're satisfying client results because you get the right type of people that take action. But by charging high ticket, you satisfy your lifestyle because you're working with great people that are respectful about the fact that you're on holiday and need to put this down for a week. And you also don't have that many clients to be able to generate a massive, sizable income. And so again, lifestyle, you're not managing that many clients. So it's quite easy. And finally, scalability. By charging a high ticket price tag, you can actually jump into other levels of business. You're at $20,000 a month and you're charging $10,000 for your coaching program and you want to scale from $20,000 to $40,000. It's a case of finding 2 more clients in any given calendar month. It's not that tricky to do that when you have a good, reliable marketing system. And number 5 is it gives you the opportunity to provide a bunch of great high-value information like the video you're watching right now, completely for free to your audience because there's a clear line in the sand. Here's all of my free stuff. Feel free to consume it. When you're ready, here's my client stuff over here. And so there's no confusion over cheaper stuff, slightly more expensive stuff. You just have your premium offering, but you can now go crazy on providing loads of value down here for free. So this helps you balance the impact and income perfectly because now we're not worried about, do I need to sell something low ticket to give someone a stepping stone and provide a bit of value before they are ready for my client stuff? You just have a very clear line. Here's my great program to work with me, but over here I've got loads of awesome free training that you can dip in and out of as much as your heart's content. If this video has given you that little bit more confidence that you needed, then I would like to share with you where my line in the sand is. We do have a coaching program where we work with clients to do exactly this. Package up your high ticket offer, even if right now you are lacking confidence, you feel there is absolutely no way that you could charge a premium price or charge more than you are right now. If this has started to open your eyes, we'd love to chat with you and we can help you refine these thoughts you're having right now, see if this is the right model for you. And if it is, we can help you wrap it up with the right kind of offer that you can scale. We'll teach you all of the marketing stuff that you need to generate an endless supply of targeted prospects that want what you have. And then we'll teach you our traffic systems to get as much traffic as you could possibly need and how to close the clients out the other end. So you've received some of my great free content, which you're watching right now. If you'd like to have a chat about what it looks like to work with us, there'll be a link below this video. Go ahead and click on that. You can book a call with my team. And just understand, this first phone call is not a sales call. In fact, you will not be sold something on this phone call. We first want to get to know you, get to know your business, where are you at, and do you actually need our help? And regardless of how that first phone call goes, we'll both get off the phone, have a think, and then maybe we can reconvene. So there's no reason why you wouldn't book this. Let's have a chat, let's see if we can help. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this training today, and I'll see you in a future one.